while. It's going to be a continuation of the course, all right, EDU233. And in today tutorial, we're going to be taking our bearing from examination. What examination is, the strategies to creating it, the advantages and disadvantages. All this will be considering today. It has been said, let's just straight into it. Okay. Right. Just a moment. Examination. Now, in our last class, we spoke about, all right, questions, okay, and how they should be channeled in order to help tutees, okay, understand, have a better understanding of the subject being taught. And today, on the premise, we've been talking about, it's all about the teaching method, and we've been looking at a lot of strategies, all right, a lot of points, a lot of methods that suits the, all right, that suits teaching as the situation warrants. And today we are taking our bearing from EDU233, taking our bearing from examination, examination. Now you must agree, you can agree with me that examinations are not a true test, all right, of knowledge. Okay, examination are not a true test of knowledge, not a true test of knowledge, okay, because we've seen cases whereby an exam is being failed, all right, by a student. It does not necessarily mean that the student is dull or something else, okay. It might be in the case, in the sense that maybe choice of interest, all right, or circumstance, situation can warrant that performance, okay. Examination is more of the test of performance. Now when I say performance, don't forget we made mention of this in our previous class. You only set exam on what has been taught, all right. Performance, okay. Now you only set exam on what has been taught. And why do we set exams? To know if the student have an understanding, all right, understanding of thought subject, okay, subject or thought course. You set exams in order to test how well a particular student or child have been following the level of understanding, comprehension of that particular course or subject. Now the functions, let's look at the functions of examination. Now the very first function here is that to find out what the child knows, all right, understanding, to find out what the child knows, okay. find out what the child knows and the subject matter which he has learned imperfectly. Okay, to find out what the child knows about that particular subject he has been taught. Now, it also gives information about the individual children that might have escaped observation in a class. Like I said, performance. Okay, it helps the teacher to know that this particular child might have attended this class, might have been following, but is not learning. Okay, by the level of his performance, the teacher will then be able to conclude that okay, this child hasn't been doing so well following this class. All right, it gives information about individual child that might escape observation. All right, escaped observation. All right, escaped observation. Escaped observation, discovery. Escaped observation, discovery. Okay. Are we good to go? Awesome. So it helps the teacher to know that the child has not been doing so well understanding or comprehending the classes. All right. Now, to also assess the efficiency of the teacher who taught him. All right. The assessment efficiency. All right. To what? To assess the tutor efficiency. Okay, to know how well the teacher has been taking this child well. Has the teacher been taking his time to ensure perfect understanding or an average understanding or no understanding at all? Examination helps to discover all this. Okay. Now, to also provide an incentive whereby the pupils and teachers are stimulated onto working, right? Incentives for working. Work incentives. Now, what it means by work incentive is that when you know as a student that at the end of each term, there's something called examination. And what this examination simply does is it exposes how well you have been taking your time to follow the classes. It's like the judgment day, all right? You don't want to be left behind. Why? Because it will tell on the report sheet. It will tell on your GP. Your parents will demand for your results, and it will be very, very embarrassing or disconcerting for you to present something below average. All right. So, as a student, you want to put in the effort because you know you are going to write exam and you want to pass exams. Not just about the poor grade, also about being promoted to the next class. All right. So it's work incentive for both the teacher and the student. And for the teacher now, if it's not consistent, if it doesn't take what it does to heart, it will tell on the performance of the children, right? And it will be called, okay, a class of 20, out of 20, only 5 passed well. What happened to the remaining 15? It will be questioned. And that's why you see in cases whereby in the universities, whereby there is mass failure, they will question the HOD, question the course, the lecturer of the course. And in cases, sometimes they can even give general 5 marks to everybody just to encourage to do better or let them just go to the next level. Right? So it's a work incentive for both the tutor and the students. So we have some of the advantages of examination is that it helps. All these now are functions, okay? So now let's look at some of the advantages. That's ADV. The advantages that it helps to the general work of the school. Helpful, okay? This simply speaks about, all right, general work of the school. How does it help? Like I said, teachers put in effort based on the structure of the school, based on the standard of the school, all right? And students follow in line the instructions provided by their teacher, all right? And all this put together, at the end of it, they attend class, teacher does his efforts, and does their effort, and at the end of it, everybody comes out smiling. All right, so not only the general work, but also the image of the school is being portrayed public. All right, so we have that. Also, it says that very frequently the preparation and recall require of the pupils who write the exam will serve as an aid to retention. All right, aid of retention. Yes, definitely. Before you go for any exam, you want to well, you want to study hard and prepare. All right, aid for retention, and it gives people the ability to what augment logically, all right, and arrive at fact. All right, that's improve the ability to think. All right, definitely. You know, when you're writing your exams, especially WAEC, that has to do with a lot of subjects from your GSS 1 to your XS3 and the likes. You have to do a lot of preparation, a lot of studying hard. Even at that, in the exam, you still have to do a lot of thinking. All right, so it's also very important. It helps the thinking ability of the students. So we have that as that. So now let's look at some of the alternative to types of examinations. All right. So now we have the new type examination. Questions are so set that only one word, phrase, or sign gives the correct answer. All right. Under the new type examination. New type examination. This is the kind of examination that questions are set. All right, only one word, phrase, or sign gives the correct answer. All right, it's more of like let's say Ali goes to school. All right, Ali goes to school. Maybe you have given an essay, okay, that an essay about Ali, and it's in the essay it is said that Ali goes to school at 7 a.m. every day, except for Wednesday, that's the sports day. So now the question now says, does Ali go to school 7 a.m. every day? Yes or no? Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. So now one of the option is the correct answer. Then you think that is one kind of examination whereby it says that the questions are so set that only one word, phrase gives the correct answer. Only one word, phrase give the correct answer. Right? That is the new type examination. And also, so this new type examination is very good because the marking is objectives and it takes little time. All right, this is more of objective questions. All right, objective questions, and it makes it so easy to mark because since they are all objectives, either you are taking A or you are taking B or you are taking C or you are taking D, just one word. All right, that is the correct answer, and the marking is just very simple. All right. In this kind of exam, the pupils does what? The pupils spend his time thinking and not writing. It's not like essay. like essay that you will have to write how you spent your last holiday in your village. Then you start to write, or your hometown. Then you'll be instructed with nothing less than 500 words. So you start to write. This kind of exam is so different, straightforward, and simple in the sense that you just have to pick one word out of the questions. Right? So students spend more time thinking than writing. So we also have the true false test, as you have the name, true false test. True false test is also more of like a close-ended kind of examination. Call it close-ended questionnaire in research. Close-ended kind of questions. All right, close-ended kind of questions in the sense that your answer can either be true or false. All right, can either be true or false. So we have some of the guidelines to setting a true or false test. You must provide the student with clear direction. All right, some of the guidelines of doing a true or false exam. True or false text is you must provide the student with clear directions. Ensure that do not use fewer than 120 items. All right. Questions. Avoid double negatives and avoid clues to the response. All right. Those are some strategies. So some of the advantages of the true false test, we have at least 100 to 150 items. Okay. At least 100 to 150 questions. Then the test is completely objective. True or false, true or false, true or false, true or false. So we have some of the advantage of this true false test is that it can be very time consuming for instructors to prepare. All right. So we also have what we call multiple choice questions. Multiple choice questions. Multiple choice questions. All right, here, this is more of a list of answers. All right, now it says here, in the following question, select the correct option by ticking the letter beside the option. Here, is more of like questions that are like synonyms. When you are giving questions like, what is the nearest in meaning to this particular word? Now, let's say for example, we have talkative. All right. So you are not giving the options. The closest in meaning or similar. All right. We have loquacious. All right. We have active. We have playful. We have extrovert. All right. This is an example of multiple choice answer questions. All right. The answer here is loquacious, talkative. All right. So you are giving multiple options for you to take. All right. For you to pick the particular answer. This is what the multiple choice question. This is what it's like. All right. Another well-known multiple choice question. All right. Another well-known type of the multiple choice question is the matching test type. All right. A number of questions and number of responses are listed in different order, and the responses have to be filled together. So we have the matching test type. Matching test type. All right. Basically, it's still, don't forget, all these ones are still more objectives. They are not essay. Don't forget, it's just that their patterns are different. So now the matching is more of which one goes correctly. All right. Which goes correctly, like antonym, fill in the gap with the correct word, and you are given options. So you have to match the correct answer with the correct question. All right. So we have that as that. Now, like for example of this, it says the best conductor of electricity in the list is dash. All right. We have glass, we have wood, we have silver, we have aluminum, we have copper. 5 lists. So you are being asked what. So you need to now take the correct answer and match it with the question, as it says matching type test. All right. So we have that as that. Okay. Now let's talk about the completion, the completion test. Completion. The completion test is an example of sub-objective. All right. A sentence will be given and one word will be removed. All right. Now, the example of this is the dash is a powerful but low-grade motivation for learning. All right. So you now begin to think. Basically, is the material is a reference point. All right. But this is the kind of exam or test that the best we can compare it to is what we call the sub-objective questions, whereby a phrase will be given, that's a completion test, a sentence will be given, then one word will be removed, and students will be expected to fill in that word with the correct answer. Okay, so we have that as that. Now let's move straight to what we call grading practice. So permit me to raise the board so we can take that. Now, when we say grading practice, what are we talking about? Miss Peace, good afternoon. I am always forgetting, my God. I'm always forgetting Miss Peace. Miss Peace, please reach out to me after this class so I can add you to the business education private class so you can get updated. I think I added you to to early childhood. Okay, early childhood, because I think you are in this education group, not early childhood. You once told me you take courses like early child, some courses early childhood are also taking, and I always forget to send you the invitation. So sorry about that. Now we have what is called grading. The time on the link is 3:30. Yes, you are absolutely right, ma. But unfortunately, I could tell that network is going to be some issues. All right, and there are some things I do consider sometimes to like try to do the class before time, because it's better to have the class available before time than waiting till the actual time, and unfortunately network begins to fluctuate. Those are some of the things I consider. All right. So we have grading practice. Now, when we say grading practice, what are we talking about? All right. When we say grading, all right, grading is a system whereby the measure or the measurement of a child's particular academic activity is being recorded. All right. Now let's know what it now means by grading practice. Now, it is generally agreed that grades provide information on how well all right, students are learning. According to Erickson, all right, provides information about how well, okay, about how well students are learning. Students are learning, all right, according to Erickson, all right, Erickson and Stromer in 1991. Okay, now grading system has to do, forget we said something about examination, all right. Examination doesn't work without the grading system, because examination helps to give the test, and the students, pupils, attempt the test, all right. Now the grading system is now what determines what the effort the students have been investing, all right, what information on the effort invested, right? Because the grading system is what helps us know, okay, this particular student did so well in mathematics, in English, in business education, and did less in economics. This grading system gives us that information. Okay, now let's look at the functions of the grading system. Now, functions of grading. Now, that's screening, screening 1974. Scriven 1974 identified 6 functions. All right, identified 6 functions of grading. Six functions of grading. Now, the very first one, he said, grading is to describe the unambiguously the worth, merit, or value of the work accomplished. All right, a detailed explanation of the merit, value of work accomplished. A detailed explanation of merit, work, or value of work accomplished. All right, helps give that detailed information about how a student arrived at becoming a first position in his department or in his class. It also improves self-evaluation. All right, improves self-evaluation. Improves self-evaluation, stimulate and encourage good work by students. All right, encourages good work by students. Encourages good work by students. Now, it also what? Communicate the teacher's judgment to students' progress. All right, teachers communicate teachers judgment to students. Okay, communicate teachers judgment to students. Also inform teachers about that what students have. Okay, inform teachers of students' progress. Informs teachers of student progress. All right, this helps the teacher to know what subject the students are doing well at, all right, and which subjects they are not doing well at, so she can, or he or she can know how to re-strategize and ensure they learn. All right, so we have a sixth one, which is to select people for reward. All right, select people for reward. All right, definitely if you become first in your class, there's this feeling, even though you're not given any gift or something, there's this feeling and pride that comes with it. Okay, so we have that as that. Now in our next class, we'll take it up from general studies, as we call it a wrap for today. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. I believe you've been able to gain a thing or two into this class. Please, let's do all to submit our notes to the appropriate quarters. Let's keep them updated. I look forward to seeing all the subsequent tutorials. To have a wonderful afternoon. Bye.